Okay, this is Westpac, and we'll just zoom into the recent action here. And I've drawn in, looks like a 50-cent pitchfork. I think I drew this in a little while ago. And but anyway, what I've also put in there is I've taken this ultra high volume bar here and taken the bottom of it, because that's, and you can see how that's acted as a resistance and then tried to support. Just put that on the top. You can see how it's had a response to that in between there as well. And I've also taken the second, I'll get rid of that so we haven't got too many lines. The second highest bar here, which is this big shakeout bar, and I've just put a horizontal line on the close of that bar just to show you that that's how that's come through and acted as a resistance. Now I might just go and put one on the close there. It's actually tried to support but broken down through there, so it's not looking too good, is it? And if I might just put one more just on these lows, because it looks like that's where it's right on the absolute. It's closing right on the absolute 12-month low over here. So it's broken some significant levels, and now it's at another significant level as well. It's hang on, copy that up, and it's right on this. It's right sitting right at the last absolute low. So we'll just zoom in and see what's going on. I've drawn the smaller pitchfork within here, and you can see how these things work. It's gapped down. It's actually gapped past the median, but it's come back to retest the median. That's the rule with these pitchforks. The probability with these pitchforks is that price will tend to revert to the median line, and if there's a gap past the median or a zoom bar that goes through the median, oftentimes price will come back and retest it, or make swings, several swings around it before deciding which way it wants to go. So it's come back after that gap down like we expected to, and it's gone back to the median as well. It's gone sideways to the median before having a reaction there. So this pitchfork here has some validity. Even when it's made its move away again, it's actually given it one last back test there before going on its way down. So but anyway, we can see where it's where are we? You can see it where we've had our first significant level here, where it's broken, it's back tested, and then it's been going in a range. We did have this ultra high volume bar come down here at this last low, so that started to look like there might be some buying coming in there, and that's shifted it up. And but there's still, even though there's buying there, there's still a lot of selling. So price will often come back to retest for supply in this area, and it has come back, and retested there, but it hasn't done what we're looking for, which is low volume tested. But there's still been enough to take it up, and it's come down. So we're watching for volume to dry up in this area to confirm that there's strength in that bar, and it just hasn't happened. It's broken through where we would expect there to be buying, and that's very weak. And that will now act as resistance as well. So we've got a downtrend here that's still in play, and it will and we're looking for short trades. Even had this speculatively, this little pitchfork here, which it started following, but it's broken out of there as well. I might just put a trigger line on that just to see. Look, it's sitting right on the trigger line there, so it might support there. I mean, there's nothing in the volume here, there's no spiking in the volume here to suggest that they're really coming in and taking up these low prices. I mean, surely they must be worth, surely at some point smart money will want to buy banks, you'd think, but I mean, they're so low, surely they must think they're cheap and they're going to buy it. And see, we can think that, but you'd think that, but it's not something we need to assume. We can look at the volume and see when they come in, and then make a informed decision, because they can go lower, they can break resistance and do all the time. So there's no real evidence of them coming in there. The price is closed off the low, and it's closed at, there's a couple of lines of support there. We've got the trigger line here from this trend line, and that's actually parallel just about to the other pitchfork there as well. You know, so maybe, but there's nothing really exciting there, especially if you're long. It's not exciting. You wouldn't want to be long at the moment. But anyway, we're starting to get all these resistance levels up above us now, so if price does go up, you'd be on the lookout for weak bars coming up, especially if it comes up to, say, you know, if it wants to come back to the median line, existing median line here, which could quite easily happen. You'd be looking for weak bars in that area to go short, or any weak bars trying to go up through this resistance in the background here into this, especially into this high volume area here. If you saw any weak bars going up into there, you'd be, because you're in a downtrend, you'd be looking to go short. And what do you mean by weak bars? Would mean say up thrust bars, high volume up thrust, where price goes up and closes on the low on high volume, or up bars, the bars that close higher on really low volume. That's what we mean by weak bars, because that's showing that that the pros aren't interested in higher prices. But we'll just see what happens now. We do have a couple of lines. We're at a couple of lines of support there at the moment, and we've got one there on the bottom of this pitchfork as well that's a bit lower down. But there's nothing to say they're coming in a big way to buy that support line. But you know, it might. We'll just have to see what happens on Monday, I suppose. So we'll just see what happens. So nothing really exciting happening there. Other than it's at support at the moment. And this is the NAB. Looks like I've got some lines on there already. See, it's been in this little uptrending channel here for a while now, and it's you can see it's broken the support of that line at the moment, so that's not looking too healthy. What have I drawn here? Here's a ultra high volume bar here at the top, which I've drawn in, and let's try to get above there, but you see this big up thrust coming in once it's gotten above there and before it's collapsed. So it's actually gapped down just on what's that, Tuesday. It's just gapped right down on the low of that bar. So that's not very good when they gap down like that on high volume and keep going down. So it's like most everything else, most the XJO and the other banks, the other big banks. It's looking very weak. And likewise at the bottom here, there's no sign of any ultra high volume like you've got these ultra high volume bars that we see. There's no sign of this low here. being bought with any enthusiasm. It looks like they are trying to support it there. But what's this other line down here? I think I've taken that. That's actually the highest volume. That's the highest volume bar there. Except I think that one, there's another higher one there. Look, there's another higher one there that dwarfs even that. And that's under there. So that's a strong support level there long term at the 2265. That's not that far away. I'll just now we've got a couple of pivots where it's trying to support at. We've got that pivot there, it's broken down through. I think this last low here where it's broken down, where it's supported at before, is broken down. It's broken through this pivot here. You got one right there just below it. So it's at the moment it's just breaking support level after support level. I might just but again the closes gotten a bit compressed there, so maybe it might try and pull up, but you'd have to be looking for short trades now because it's broken a couple of significant levels. So any weak bars now coming into this area, especially if they want to come and back test this upper channel, this lower channel line will act as support now, act as resistance. And what you'd be looking for is, if you were thinking of going short, is you had the same sort of setup on as on the Commonwealth Bank, where you've had this where prices try to come back to back test this resistance line here, and we get a no demand bar, which is lowest bar in 3 bars, price going up on a narrow spread, closing in the middle, and you could short that. You could go short there, and that would have been quite profitable there. So you're looking for that sort of weakness. Even these are weak bars, up thrust bars. So you're looking for that sort of weakness as it's trying to rise back up anywhere into this area. What we'd like to see at lows here is something like we had. See, we've had some volume really kick in. Like we've had one there where it's come down. What's this? On the 2nd of June, it's ultra high volume, gapped right down like that, which isn't good. Plenty of supply there, but there's also buying there, a little bit of buying there as well, because it's that's sort of, it's broken up back up through there. But there's another one here where it's hammered down, but it's on high volume, and then price has gone up. So just to give you, and it's at the bottom of this channel here, so that gives you a little clue that maybe there might be some buying in there, because smart money buy on down bars. They use momentum from the market, downward momentum, to move stock, to move into markets, or they'll use that for price to go to their target levels, and then they'll buy on bad news when everyone's selling, because they can take big positions then without sabotaging the price. And likewise, they'll sell on up bars, price going up. Once they've accumulated, they'll let the market, on news, take the price up to their target zone. They have a target zone, and sell in 20 and sell into demand. That's how they move. It's pretty much the only way they can move large volume of stock quickly is by moving against the herd. So we don't see these volume kicking in down here at the support level, so that's a bit of a worry. But the closes are starting to compress a little bit just over 2 days, so we'll just have to see what it does. If I just put a what if, I'll put a what if pitchfork, which is low, high, low. And I can just watch that and see if it has any response to that, and maybe take it back up. But I wouldn't count on it going back up here or not dropping further. So this is a very what if fork. This median line, it has caught this pivot low here and caught this gap here, so maybe, but you'd have to be looking for short trades now. Any weak bars coming in into these resistance areas, you'd be considering short trades. There's certainly no long-term good long entries there unless you're scalping on the intraday. So anyway, that's the NAB. Okay, this is Macquarie Group. I was just going to do the 4 banks today, but I may as well do a couple more. And there's Macquarie Group. I'll just have a zoom in there. I can see a really high volume bar there. I'll just, before I look at anything, I'll just whack that on. And so the first thing you notice is that we've just recently broken an important support level. There's some other high volume bars. Oh, look, it's just been going down, hasn't it? It's really not. Might just put a little trend lined bang, and just do the parallel line across there. So there's your downtrending trend channel, and not a lot of joy there, we can see, and it's just continuing its march down. Let's have a look. We had high volume there in our recent. Let's see how this high volume bar here is. It's broken back through there, and that's acting as resistance. Well, it did act as resistance. We're well away from there now, so it's not looking very nice. I'll also draw. I might just check. I'll put a big pitchfork on there because that looks pretty low to their all-time lows there. So I'll just see where we are with the pitchfork, and oh, that's not good at all. The problem is this pitchfork doesn't take a genius to draw. It's the lowest low, the highest high, and the lowest low. So this is, you'll have a lot of other people who have this, who are looking at this structure, and it's not holding. See, these bigger structures tend to be very important. They come in, you know, every day trading. They don't mean a lot because you're never anywhere near one of these lines. But where they start becoming important is when you're at a median line or one of these upper and lower times, and you're at one now, and it's broken down through there. It's broken through 2 levels of support, and that's very bad because they'll now be resistance going up. And so we're in this long-term downtrend now. We'll just see there is some buying in it, or some volume, highest volume there's been in a while, come in at this last drop down, and then prices reversed up. So there is buying. It's trying to support there. And there's some buying coming in here with price the closes compressing. So that's a sign of strength. But I think what you'll find is, I would suspect they're just going to take it. If it does reverse up, it'll back test these resistance lines before continuing on. That's what I suspect. If these are bullish, you'd expect the price to go up and then really low volume coming down to retest them, and then. But I'd be wary going long until we can break back into this, back above these resistance lines, and then I should still be wary of this downtrend, long-term downtrending line here with it as well. So So if you're looking to trade it, the good trades will be your short trades, unfortunately. Well, if you like trading short, then it's very fortunate. But from the long's point of view, it's not looking too good. But there is buying coming in. There's some support coming in there, so it might be worth a scalp going up. But that's I think your better trades are your short trades, and coming down, you can see where they are. You've got your ultra high volume little up thrusts happening at the top here. You got where's a good one? Just recently. That's probably a good one there. It's the highest volume in 3 bars and a very narrow spread. You've got just recently there a no demand up thrust. These up thrust bars here, no demand. That was a really good one actually, right there, just before it went down, where it's an up bar on very narrow spread, very low volume. You could have bought puts there, or taken a short position, and that would have been a profitable trade going down there. And then you could have exited once you saw this high volume coming in. You could have exited there if you like, or you could but having said that, there's only been one up day in between your down days, so you might decide you might want to hold on to your short longer term, keep your stops up here or up here, but that looks like it's wanting to find some support there and maybe retrace up. We'll just see. It might just go up a day or two too. You don't know. It's gapped below this level here, so that's not good. So that'll act as resistance for you as well. So even if you saw some weak bars coming into that area there, you'd be very suspicious of be wary of going long. If you saw weak bars there, you might want to take another short trade. But yeah, but anyway, that's in a downtrend. It's not I'm a barrel of laughs today, aren't I? I'm not a lot of good news as far as banks go. But look, there is some strength coming in there trying to support. But I think it's if you look at it in the overall big picture, you might just find that it's a scalp. That it might retrace long for a little bit and before collapsing. If you were considering trying to go long there, you wouldn't until you get low volume retesting into these areas, and you'd want to clear these resistance areas here. At least get back up into this fork, and you'd still be very wary of this downtrending line here. You wouldn't want to until it breaks through there, you'd be looking for short trades. You will get long, you can go counter trend, but your good trades will be your short trades. But anyway, that's Macquarie. Okay, and this is Bank of Queensland. I think Jacko had one of these up on the forum, so I'll just have a closer look at it. And so this has been in a downtrend, a longer term downtrend as well, a bit like Macquarie. And you've got I'll just connect those 2 pivots there, or maybe even that one there, 3, and then just put a what will I do? Which one will I take? That one there. Probably take that one there, that significant line there. I'll just look at the this is the ultra high volume bar here, so I'll draw a line on there as well, and you can see it's broken down. Once it's broken down from there, it's been It hasn't been good, has it? You see how that ultra high volume down bar, it's a down bar, but it shifted the market up. It's buying in there. If it was selling, it couldn't close on its high, and it couldn't the price couldn't go up like that. So there's buying in there, and it's come back, they've retested it, and it shifted it up, and then it's acted as support for a bit, but it's broken down below there, and that's significant weakness once it does that, and it's had been in an extended downtrend. Or you could argue that it's been in a downtrend for a while there. Once it started breaching back over here. And what it's done, it's broken down and back tested, and I'll just zoom in here on the bars here. We've had look like this really high volume down bar, so that looked like there could possibly be buying coming in, but the next bar's closed below it, so that confirms there's weakness, and it's gone down, so that is a weak bar, because if there's some hidden buying in there, it would have a little bit of a kick up, but it's kept breaking down. Now it has next bit of volume has gone up here in a bit of volume, and then it's continued to rise, but it's actually gone and back tested this channel here. We've had a bit of a 2-bar reversal up there, and gone down on volume, tried to support, so they may be trying to take it back down to retest this bar here. This bar here hasn't been tested, but there's nothing really special. Well, it's sitting up right on top of that volume bar there, and it's come down on increased volume and closed off its low, so that might try and support there. We'll just have to see, but there's not anything really special to suggest that this isn't just a little retrace, because it's gone up and back tested the underside of this. We're now on the underside of this trend channel, so that's got to interpret that as weakness. And I might just put a pitchfork in there, and I'll take this low here, high, low, and that's not very good, is it? Look at that. That's exactly. Look, how's that for a fluke? Look at those two, where that trend channel and that pitchfork cross over. So it's broken down. It's had a reaction to this line here. It's tried to hang on to it, but it's broken down. It's come back and back tested, as they tend to do, which is what I think the Macquarie that we looked at before will do, come back and back test. But it's back tested 2 lines of what used to be support and now resistance, and so that's quite weak actually. You wouldn't want to be long the stock at the moment unless you're scalping on the intraday. So you'd be looking for your weak trades, weak bars going back into that area for your shorts, and you can see where they are in a downtrend. Let's see if I can find some good one. There's a really good one there. You've had a no supply up bar going up. It's confirmed by price going down. 2-bar reversal there, so you could have shorted there, that no demand bar. You've got another no demand there, and an up thrust, so at the top. So it's telling you at these tops, or a few of these tops anyway, that short me. There's a no demand bar. It's tried to go higher and no demand, and it's ended up being an up thrust. So you could have shorted at that high there. So there are that was a really good one there a few days before. So You have got some, looks like, in here as well, but they would have taken longer to play out, but they did play out. You got your 2-bar reversals at the top. This one here, at this top here, you would have, see, that's a no demand bar, narrow spread, lowest volume in 3 bars. I mean, they did go up the next bar, but it was on lower volume again. It can't go uphill on lower volume like that, and you're at the top of this trend channel, so you could have sold, and you got your 2-bar reversal, you could have sold that. That would have been quite a profitable trade there, because that was just telling you as it's going up. That was screaming at you shortly as this no supply was or no demand bars on narrow spread came in. As it approached this trend line here, that would have been a good place. That would have been an excellent place to go short, actually. So that's good. Well, it's not good. It's going down. If you're long, sorry, I apologise for anyone who's long BOQ. But if you're a trader and you do short trades, they're your entries there. Even this one here. Let's have a look at these up here. It's gapped up on a really high volume, closed off its low and gone nowhere. So, you know, possibly you probably would have gotten some better ones as it was coming down here. But there's a good one. There's another good one over there for a short trade. Here, not so obvious unless you were banking on these 2 resistance lines holding. In this case, you could have gone short there. You're in a downtrend, so it's, at least by the second bar when it's rejected that area there, you could have gone short there. So yeah, it's not. I was hoping I might get at least one that's looking okay, but none of them look pretty good, and your little ones don't look particularly good either, especially where they are now. It's I'll just, what stands out to me on this one is the big, and on Macquarie as well, BOQ and Macquarie, is the break of this larger structure here. That's a break and break and back test there. So yeah, so that's rather weak, isn't it? I mean, you'd have to argue it's oversold at some point, but I think it's been oversold for a long time now. You've still got this low here. I mean, it's not at its lowest low yet, so you've still got this low here. If you're looking for a target low, there's more room. There definitely is more room to the downside. So let's try to support here at these other lows here. It's resisted at these pivots here, so we'll just have to see what it does next. But you'd have to be looking for your short trades, I think. But anyway, that's banks for you, and it hasn't been a very pretty story at the moment as far as banks go. But anyway, that's me done.